It is. New Thought author Wallace Wattles wrote, "The more gratefully we fix our minds on the Supreme when good things come to us, the more good things we will receive, and the more rapidly they will come. And the reason simply is that the mental attitude of gratitude draws the mind into closer touch with the source from which the blessings come." If it is a new thought to you that gratitude brings your whole mind into closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe, consider it well, and you will see that it is true. The good things you already have come to you along the line of obedience to certain laws. Gratitude will lead your mind out along the ways by which things come, and it will keep you in close harmony with creative thought and prevent you from falling into competitive thought. And now please look on the screen or on your program cover with a grateful heart, and let's speak the affirmation together. I use my creative power, which is sourced in the all power of God, for the highest good. Through faith in the good, I simply plug in, reclaiming innocence, contagious enthusiasm, and a grateful heart. Thank you.
So there is only one power, one presence, one life, one power, the all presence of the divine. And as we tune into that higher reality, we begin to realize, since this presence is the only presence there is, it's centered everywhere, its circumference is nowhere, the totality of the all power, the all presence of God is everywhere. This life that we call God, that is called by many names in many different spiritual traditions. And some don't even name it because it's so beyond our human comprehension. And yet this presence, this life, this power is all inclusive and right here where we are. So then the words that Emma Curtis Hopkins speaks, which she says is, we have unlimited power. And even if, she, maybe I better read it. She said, if we do not use that power, it does not alter the fact that it is our inheritance. It's already there. This is a process of waking up to the already whole, perfect, complete presence of the divine in, through, and as each one of us. So instead of resorting to powerlessness, which tends to be a habit for humanity, instead of resorting to going there and saying, oh, there's nothing I can do, I give up, in the face of challenges, and not only personal challenges, but national and international challenges, it's important to remember that there is unlimited power, not some power, unlimited power within each one of us to truly make a difference. And because it's within us, it is something that we can access. So this entire month has been about what I'm calling spiritual tools, like power tools, to plug into that source and utilize it more fully and completely. So the first one we talked about was placing our faith rightly, which means placing it in this one universal ultimate power and presence and life. And in the awareness that it is good. It is good. It is for us. And then we went into talking about reclaiming our innocence, how important it is to return to the awareness that there is nothing wrong with us. The innocence that we are, that we were birthed with, is already there. And as we return to that place of innocence, that means letting go of the guilt, the shame, all of those stories that we've made up in our minds. Returning to innocence allows us to be that clear conduit through which the all good source itself flows with ease and grace. And the last one is practicing enthusiasm, remembering that enthusiasm means being spirit filled. And since it's our nature, it's natural to be this way. So today, the power tool that I'm talking about is the power of a grateful heart. How perfect for this weekend. And the secret of having a grateful heart lies in an understanding that I want to share with us today, an understanding of the atmosphere, the mental, emotional atmosphere that we want to cultivate that allows gratitude to flourish. And actually, gratitude can contribute, choosing gratitude can contribute to this mental, emotional atmosphere. So, the first thing I want to talk about is what emotions cannot coexist with gratitude and what emotions or feelings can coexist with it and actually even amplify it. So, let's take a look at the ones that don't coexist first so we can take care of that. So, I invite you in this moment to touch in. Just turn within for a moment and see if any of these emotions are living inside of you. And let's do so with kindness, without judgment, realizing that all emotions have a gift. And even emotions that are uncomfortable have a gift of motivating us to evolve into higher states. And they also point the light, if we allow them to, on thoughts of separation that can get in the way. So here are some of the emotions. So do you notice within yourself despair, anxiety, frustration, hatred, judgment, shame, doubt, jealousy, resentment? And all of those can be summarized actually in these three emotions: sadness, anger, and fear. So just take a breath for a moment and realize that these emotions and gratitude do not occupy the same space. So what should we do with these? These, again, since they serve a vital purpose, let's use them in this moment, these emotions, to motivate us to transform them into a higher frequency. So I invite you then to choose one of the emotions that you noticed might be living within you. Close your eyes and say to yourself, and use that emotion. So let's say if it's fear. Fear has arisen. We don't want to own it. We don't want to say it's mine or I have it, but fear has arisen, anger has arisen, sadness has arisen. So whatever has arisen, say it to yourself silently. So we're taking a deep breath and putting our attention inside of ourselves, attending to the emotion, accepting the feeling that's there. And where does it reside in the body? Notice where you feel it. And if you want to, you can put your hand over that spot. Where is that emotion residing? Notice that as we attend to it in this way, we give ourselves some space between that which is attending to it, our true self, and the feeling or emotion. So, does the feeling have a color, a size, or a shape? And just describe to yourself what it looks like, what size it is, and what shape it is. Maybe even what texture. And notice it was not here a few minutes ago. Where did it come from? It was not here after, it will not be here after a few minutes. Where will it go? Again, we're beginning to see the impermanence of thoughts and feelings, emotions. Now we take a look at the cause of it. What thought or assumption caused this feeling? So just simply notice that thought or assumption and then ask yourself, what is another way of looking at this? Allow yourself a new thought, a new higher thought, a better feeling thought. And if there's any remaining energy there, just breathe it and release it. Let it go. Give thanks for the emotion that led to a higher way of thinking, that's led to your transformation. All right, you can open your eyes when you're ready. Okay, so what feelings coexist then, or even amplify gratitude? And gratitude amplifies them in return. So I'm just going to read through a list of words, and I'd like you to breathe them in. Just breathe in these various emotions. Compassion. Breathe compassion. Breathe abundance. Breathe fulfillment. Appreciation. Acceptance. Harmony. Happiness. Freedom. Peace. Breathe joy. Breathe purpose. Passion. Understanding. And enthusiasm. And there is one more emotion, we often call it here quality of God, that coexists with gratitude, that is actually revealed in this letter that I received from one of our members. So I'm going to read it to you. Dear Reverend Kathleen, I have been praying with my prayer partner, Marianne, every day. I shared the following with her, and she said that I should share it with you. My plants are blooming. I have 2 poinsettia plants that have survived since last year. I've never had that happen. I usually throw poinsettias out because they lose their leaves, and that's it for me. But I've babied these two plants and kept them in the sun, watered them most of the time, etc. They have put out an abundance of green leaves going all over the place. And now, at the end of each stem, they are putting out small red flowers again. This is actually a picture of her plant. I have never seen that happen before under my care. The plants are starting to look very pretty again. They are looking like keepers for the season. My second plant that is blooming is my pink cyclamen plant, also a plant that usually dies on me. But now there are 21 little baby buds growing on it. I can't wait to see the pink again. And lastly, there are my two Christmas cactus plants. One is almost 30 years old and was my husband's, but I have been taking care of it for quite a while. The other one is newer and hasn't really put on a show. But now they both look like they're ready to bloom in full. What makes this all so meaningful is that the same day I discovered 21 buds on the cyclamen, it had been 21 days since my husband left the house in response to my decision to end our relationship, which had become quite toxic. And now all of these signs of new life. I know this is a sign that my energy and the house's energy has changed for the good. I'm really enjoying this outward demonstration of the blooming of my heart that I didn't realize until I looked at the buds on the flowers. Those flowers definitely had a message for me that they didn't want me to miss. I'm so excited and grateful that I can see this demonstration and that it quietly happened all by itself with faith and trust and love and light. It just is, and so it is. Peggy Frymore. So, what is the energy that Peggy is sharing with her plants? Love, 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 love. Ernest Holmes calls it the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. And it's another name for God, in the infinite, the great mystery. It's another name for this presence. And so, as we choose love, our hearts expand in gratitude. And as we choose to be grateful, our hearts expand in love. They amplify one another. And they also amplify all of those other emotions, those positive emotions that we just took a moment and breathed in. So they fuel each other and they draw the heart and the mind into closer harmony with the ultimate source of all that is, from which blessings flow. And that's why as we draw into harmony with that abundance of the universe through gratitude, more comes. So let's practice gratitude then, acknowledging the one supreme source. I'd like you to turn to somebody, find someone to connect with. Does everybody have someone? Find somebody. Somebody can go back there with Dan. How about somebody go back with Dan? And okay, great. All right. So this is what I'd like you to do. Remember, you're keeping in mind the acknowledgement of the one source as you're doing this. So you can say, I am so grateful for the source of all that is, for all of these things that I love and feel grateful for. And so in the next 30 seconds, I would like you to share everything you possibly can that you're grateful for. And remember to look around the room because there's things to be grateful for even here in the present moment, much less in other aspects of our lives. So when 30 seconds are up, I will do that. I'll start it with a chime and end it with a chime. Okay, are we ready? So I invite you to switch roles now, and let's have the other person share everything that you love and feel grateful for, remembering to acknowledge the Supreme Presence. I'm going to give you a minute, by the way, not 30 seconds. I invite you to breathe and then just simply to notice the vibration in your body now. Anybody notice the difference? Really powerful. Just taking a few minutes every day to do this. And it didn't take long, did it? It took, I don't know, I'm sure it was over a minute for each one of you, but it doesn't take long to get ourselves back into that frequency. And so it's important to remember that it's both. It's both. It's also it's learning and releasing those emotions. We don't want to just we don't want to suppress the emotions that are uncomfortable, because we want to transform the thinking that created it. So we do that, but then we also practice gratitude. And it just is so amazing how it shifts the energy. And we have the power to do it. That's the use of the unlimited power for the highest good. And what I remember every time I shift is that I'm not only touching my own life. Doesn't matter whether I'm next to somebody or not, but because we share this human consciousness, actually this consciousness with the entire planet, every time I shift, every time I move into this frequency of gratitude and all love and all the emotions that go with it or feelings that go with it, I'm having an impact on everything, everywhere, all at the same time. That is the power of the inner work that we do in this teaching, is that it really makes a profound difference, not only in our lives, but in all life. And so I just honor this beautiful time of Thanksgiving as a time to truly use that power. Use that power that we are given, that unlimited power, for greater and greater and greater good. So I invite all of us just to breathe that in, to accept it, to honor ourselves for the great work that we just did, and say together, and so it is. Thank you.
Almost every night when I go to bed, I review my day